So good morning everyone. I am Asha J. Alea from Group 2 and we're going to present about the chapter 14 entitled Analyzing Data with Pivot Tables. So tables and external databases can contain hundreds or even thousands of records. Analyzing that much data can be a nightmare without the right kinds of tools. To help you, Excel offers a powerful data analysis tool called a pivot table. This tool enables you to summarize hundreds of records in a concise tabular format. You can then manipulate the layout of the table to see different views of your data. So, ano nga ba yung pivot tables? To understand pivot tables, you need to see how they fit in with Excel's other database analysis feature. Database analysis has several levels of complexity. The simplest level involves the basic lookup and retrieval of information. For example, if you have a database that lists the company's sales reps and their territory sales, you could search for a specific rep to look up the sales in that rep's territory. So, yung pivot tables daw po is siya yung nagsa-summarize, nag-analyze, and nag-organize ng data efficiently. So, how does pivot tables work? Pivot tables work by summarizing the data in one field, called a data field, and breaking it down according to the data in another field. The unique values in the second field, called the row field, become the row headings. So, nag-work daw yung pivot tables natin into summarizing the data in one field, which is yung one field na yun is called a data field. And then, nag-break down ito according to the data in another field. So, the unique values in the second field, yung second field natin is what we call the row field. And it become the row headings. Ayan. For example, ito, yung nasa, a table of sales by sales representative. So, this is an example of a table of sales by representative. So, we have the region, the quarter, the sales rep, and the sales. So, going back, sabihin natin na gusto natin makita yung total sales natin by region. If we want to see our total sales by region, we just have to click any cell and then click insert and then click natin yung pivot table. And then, lalabas dyan is kung anong pivot table yung gusto natin i-place. And sabihin natin na ang gusto natin i-place is new worksheet kasi ang nandyan na option is either new worksheet or existing worksheet. And then, ang pipiliin natin is yung new worksheet. Ayan, lalabas yung to build a report, choosing fields from the pivot table field list. Choose fields pala from the pivot table field list. Ayan, since ang hinahanap natin is yung total sales natin by region, is itong region field, i-drop down natin siya sa row field. And then yung sales, i-drop natin siya sa values field. Ayan, nakita na natin yung total sales natin by region. Since na-drop natin yung region sa row field, ang lumabas dyan na name niya is yung row labels. So, para hindi tayo malito, pwede natin siyang palitan na into the region. Ayan po, yung total sales natin by region. So, next is, you can further break down your data by specifying a third field called the column field to use for column headings. Kung yung one field natin called data field and yung second field natin called row field, yung third field naman natin, it is called column field. Next is, ang gagawin natin is pivot table showing sales by region for each quarter. Let's say na gusto mong hanapin yung sales mo by region for each quarter. Ganito lang ang gagawin natin. And we just have to click mabalik tayo sa kanina. We're in yung region we're in yung sales natin by region. Since ang hinahanap natin is sales by region for each quarter, ang idadagdag lang natin is yung quarter part into the column. Since yung column is yun yung third field. Ayan. Ayan na po yung sales natin by region for each quarter. Going back, the big news with pivot table is the pivoting feature. If you want to see different views of your data, for example, you can drag the column field over the row field area. Ayan. Kung gusto naman natin ng different view, pwede nating i-drag yung column field sa row field area. So, ang nasa column field natin is yung quarter. Pwede natin siyang i-drag sa row field area to get a different view. Ayan na po yung lalabas. So, nasa sa atin na po yun. Pwede din natin siyang ilagay sa column or either sa row. Row field. So, ganyan na po yung lalabas. Ayan, ganito po. We have here some pivot table terms to better understand. Data source, it is yung data source, yun yung original data. So you can use a range, a table, imported data, or an external data source. Next is field, a category of data such as region, quarter, or sales. Because most pivot tables are derived from tables or databases. A pivot table field is directly analogous to a table or database field. So yung field po is yung kanina. Itong part ng mga yung pivot table fields ng mga region, itong mga rows ng field, that's what we call field. Itong sakop ng pivot table fields. Next is label. Label is an element in a field. Next is row field. A field with a limited set of distinct text, numeric, or date values to use as row labels in the pivot table. So yung sa example natin kanina, yung region is nagsilbing row field natin, which is nabanggit ko kanina na yung row field is yun yung second field. And then we have the column field, a field with a limited set of distinct text, numeric, or date values to use as column labels for the pivot table. Ayun naman po, yung column field, yun yung third field, which is kanina nag-serve yung column field as nag-serve yung column field natin as yung quarter, yun yung nag-serve as our column field kanina. And the next is report filter, a field with a limited set of distinct text, numeric, or date values that you use to filter the pivot table view. For example, you could use the sales rep field as the report filter. Selecting a different sales rep filters the table to show data only for that person. Itong report filter naman is, I can show you paano siya let's assume na itong part ng sales rep. Click natin, and then i-drag natin siya sa part ng filter. Ayan. So, lalabas yan yung sales rep, and then may all. So, pwede natin piliin kung sinong tao, or pwede tayong mag-select din ng multiple items. Sabihin natin si Andrew, Andrew. Click OK. Ayan, lalabas na yung sum of sales nila, and then yung regions, ganun. Next is pivot table items. The items from the source list use as row, column, and page labels. Data field, a field that contains the data you want to summarize in the table. So, yung data field, which is the first field kanina na nabanggit ko, is yung ito yung mga data field. Region, quarter, na gusto natin i-summarize. And then, ito-drop down lang natin siya. It's either sa column, rows, or sa values. Next is yung data area. Data area is the interior section of the table in which the data summarized appear. And then lastly, the layout. The overall arrangement of fields and items in the pivot table. Ayun, yung layout daw is yun na yung pinaka-overall arrangement. Nandun na yung mga row, columns, nandun mga region, lahat nandun na. So, yun lang guys. Madali lang naman siyang gawin. As long as mayroon tayong tiyaga at we have the will to do so. So, thank you guys. The next reporter, may we call on the next reporter, Miss Wendy Magalong.
So, good morning everyone. I am Wendy Malong and I will discuss about building pivot tables. In previous version of Excel, you built a pivot table by negotiating a number of dialog boxes presented by the pivot table wizard. Many users found the wizard's dialog boxes intimidating, so they usually never progress beyond the first one or two steps in the process. Excel 2007 changes all that by displaying just a single dialog box and putting all the options and settings on the ribbon so that you can choose them after the pivot table is built. This is much easier and far less intimidating, so I expect we'll see a lot more people taking advantage of the power of pivot table in Excel 2007. So building a pivot from a table to range. So ginaya ko na lang din yung examples ng tables dito. So here are the steps to build a pivot table. So first steps, click inside the table or range. If you're working with table, choose design, summarize with pivot table. If you're working with a table or range, choose insert and then click the top half of the pivot table. So ang ginawa ko is table, so click table and then summarize with pivot table. And then next is you can choose between new worksheets and existing worksheets. So ang pinili ko is the new worksheet. Then okay. Then next step is add a field that you want to appear in the report. So for example, is yung product is ilalagay natin siya sa rows. Ayan, then the quantity, ilalagay din natin siya sa values. So repeat step 5 to add all the fields you want included in the report. As you add each field, Excel updates the pivot table report. So yung, for example is promotion, lalagay din natin sa product. And then, so building a pivot table from external database. So, hindi ko na siya ilagay sa Excel kasi wala akong external database. So, basahin ko na lang yung steps. So, first steps, choose insert and then click the top half of the pivot table button. Excel displays the create pivot table dialog box. Second, click use an external data source. Third, click choose connections. Excel displays the existing connections dialog box. Fourth, if you see the connection you want to use, click it and skip to step 10. Otherwise, click browse for more to open the select data source dialog box. Fifth, click new source to launch the data connection wizard. 6. Click the type of data source you want and then click next. 7. Specify the source. How you do this depends on the type of data. For SQL server, you specify the server name and logon credentials. For an ODBC data source, such as Access Database, you specify the database file. 8. Select the database and table you want to use and then click Next. 9. Click Finish to complete the data connection wizard. And last is follow steps 3 to 6 from previous connection to complete the pivot table. So working with an customizing pivot table. So here's the list to customizing the pivot table. First is select pivot table. So click lang natin yung pivot table and then selecting pivot table items. Select the entire pivot table, then choose options. Select in the list, click the pivot table element you want to select, labels and values, and values or labels. Next is formatting the pivot table. Choose the Design tab and then click Style in the Pivot Table Styles gallery. So please click the design, then you can choose the design na gusto natin. Then, sorting the pivot table. Changing the pivot table name. So, click the pivot table, then options, and then you can, pwede natin siyang palitan dito. Then okay. Then, sorting the pivot table. So, the options again, sa date layout. Then, pwede natin siyang sa sort A to C or sort by data source. Okay. So, refreshing pivot table data. So, sa table pa rin, nandun pa rin, you can see the refresh. Then, filtering the pivot table. Click and drag a field to report, filter area, drop down the report filter list, and then click an item in the list. Next is grouping pivot table data by date or numeric data. Click the field, choose options, group field to open the grouping dialog box, and then click the grouping you want to use. Next is grouping pivot table data field items. In the field, select each item you want to include in the group. So, ganun pa rin sa click and then drag kung saan mo gustong ilagay. And then, removing a field from a pivot table. So, to remove the field, click and drag outside the pivot table. Okay. And then, clearing the pivot table. So, sa clear, sa pivot table pa rin, click the clear and then clear all. Ayan. So, yun lang.
So, good day everyone. So now I'm going to present working with pivot tables subtotals. You've seen that Excel adds grand totals to the pivot table for the row field and the column field. However, Excel also displays subtotals for the outer field of a pivot table with multiple fields in the row or column area. For example, in figure 14.9, we can see two fields in the row area, which is the product, which contains the copy folder, their filter, mousepad, printer stand, grand total. And the second field in the row area is the promotion, which contains of the one free with 10 extra discount. Product is the outer field, so Excel displays subtotals for that field. So, yung tinutukoy na product dito is yung copy holder, glare filter, mousepad, printer stand. So, the next few sections show you how to manipulate both the grand totals and the subtotals. So, lipat tayo dito sa my Google Sheets. So, yung dito. So, yung data na nandito is kinuha ko lang rin dun sa PDF from figure 14.5. So, yung nasa PDF, yung nakalagay na data doon is limited lang. So, yung data na nakuha ko rin is limited lang. Pero actually, parang mas madaming data pa doon, pero hindi na pinakita dun sa PDF. Kaya, ang makukuha ko lang is yung nakalagay doon. So, siguro naman na-mention or naituro na ng previous presenters on how to create a pivot table. So, uulitin ko lang. So, first, we must highlight the data that we will use hanggang dun sa may date. And after nun is click insert and dun sa pivot table. And then new sheet and click create. So, ayan. Huwag nyo nang pansinin yung dito. Trinay ko lang kasi kanina. So, ayan. Nakikita natin, as we can see, medyo empty pa yung nandito since hindi pa natin na-input yung mga data. So, ang pagbe-basean din natin is yung orders, which is yung data na pinakita ko kanina. And dito, yan. Yan. Ganito yung gagawin natin. So, yan. Yung format dito is different from yung mga pinapresent ng ibang reporters since ang gamit nila is the Excel app. So, ngayon, since Google Sheets yung gamit ko, ituturo ko on how to create a pivot table using the Google Sheets. And dito, para ma-input natin yung mga data na dito sa kabilang sheets is, yan. Ang ilalagay natin sa row is yung product. And next one, dun pa rin sa row, is yung sa promotion. Mga may magazine, ganun, newspapers. Sorry, hindi nag-add. Promotion. And sa may column naman, ang i-add natin dun is yung sa advertisement. Yan. And yung sa values, ang i-add natin dun is yung sa quantity. Ayan. Ayan. So, ang subtotals ng product na copy holder is 80. Ayan. Gawin natin red. And yung subtotal ng glare filter, mousepad, and yung sa printer stand is 71, 120, and 74. Yun yung subtotals ng different products na yun. And ito yung grand total ng lahat ng product. So, ayan. Balik tayo dun sa PDF. And mag-proceed na tayo dun sa next, which is hiding pivot table grand totals. To remove grand totals from a pivot table, we must follow the steps. First is to select a cell inside the pivot table, choose options, and then click the options button. Excel displays the pivot table options dialog box. Third, click the totals and filters tab. And fourth is deactivate the show grand totals for rows checkbox and the show grand totals for columns checkbox. And lastly is click OK. Since yung guidelines dito or yung steps na pre-provide dito is generally for the Excel app, ituturo ko na lang yung sa pag ang gamit natin is yung sa Google Sheets. So, hiding pivot grand totals. Since yun yung kailangan natin gawin, ang gagawin lang natin is para ma-hide ito, yung grand totals, diba? Yun yung pinipertain na i-hide. Ang kailangan lang natin gawin is ito, tanggalin natin yung show totals. Sa lahat no, ilagay natin. Ayan. So, yan. Oh. As we can see, wala na yung grand totals. And na-link na rin doon yung pag-hide ng pivot table subtotals. As we can see, nung tinanggal natin yung grand totals, nawala rin yung subtotals. Since yung sum ng subtotals will accumulate and be the grand total. Kaya naturally, pag nawala yung grand totals, is nawala din yung sa subtotals. And balik natin sa isa. Show totals. Isa pa. And balik tayo sa pila. And yung next naman is customizing the subtotal calculation. The subtotal calculation that Excel applies to a field is the same calculation it uses for the data area. See the next section for details on how to change the data field calculation. You can, however, change this calculation, add extra calculations, and even add a subtotal for the innermost field. Click the field you want to work with, choose options, field settings, and then use any of these methods. First is to change the subtotal calculation. We can click Custom in the Subtotals group, click one of the calculation functions such as sum, count, average, and so on in the Select One or More Functions list, and then click OK. Since yung step dito is for those who are using the Excel app, papakita ko na lang yung step pag yung Google Sheets yung gamit natin. So, to change the subtotal calculation, ang gagawin natin is, yan, nabanggit doon na yung sa sum, count, ganun, diba? Pakita ko ulit. So, sum, count, average. So, pag titingnan natin, andun yun. Sum, andyan, count, and average. Pag count, yan. Diba, nag-iba. And, pag sa average naman, is ganito yung tsura niya. Ayan. May mga decimals. So, balik natin yun sa may sum. Kasi nakakalito. So, balik tayo dito. And the second one, for customizing the subtotal calculation, is to add extra subtotal calculations. Click Customs in the Subtotals group. Use the Select One or More Functions list to click each calculation function you want to add, and then click OK. Since yung dun sa tinulok mo kanina is to change the subtotal calculation, dito naman is to add extra subtotal calculation. Kung yung una is parang to change the subtotal calculation, ito naman mag-a-add. Yan. So, ang gagawin lang natin is dito. mag-add tayo sa rows. Ang i-add natin is yung, tignan natin yung sa may order. Ayan. Lalagay na yung sa product, yung sa quantity, yung sa promotion. Ang hindi na lang na ilalagay is yung sa net na lang. Lagay natin yung sa net. Ayan. Lagay natin sa row yung net. Ayan, add natin. Add ba? Ayun. Add siya. Ayan. Ayan, ganyan yung tsura niya. So, yung nakikitang amount dito sa pinapresent ko is different from the PDF na we're using. Since yung data na ginamit doon is sobrang dami. Pero yung parang nakita lang dun sa PDF, estimated lang. So, ang nagamit ko lang na data is yung nakapresent lang dun. So, ayun lang. So, yung next topic would be changing the data field summary calculation, which is connected dito sa customizing the subtotal calculation as mentioned here. So, the next topic would be presented by Christine and Alvin. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, I'm Christine Melendez and I'm going to start with changing the data field summary calculation. We all know pivot tables are fantastic for summarizing large data sets, and Excel offers 11 different ways to summarize the data within those pivot tables. Let's look at this table, table 14.1. This table outlines yung 11 summary functions Excel offers for your pivot tables. So first is the sum. So ito nga yung pinaka-common and it simply adds up lahat ng values in your data field. Second is the count. This counts the number of values. Yung important distinction niya is it counts lahat, even yung mga blank cells. Average, ito naman is kina-calculate yung average or mean of your data. Next one is the max. It gives you naman yung largest value ng data field. Next is the mean. Ito naman is yung opposite ng max. It gives you naman the smallest value. Next is the product. This one multiplies all the values together. Useful siya in specific situations like pag magkakalculate ka ng compound interest. Count numbers. Unlike the count function, this one only counts in numeric values. Ina-ignore niya yung mga text and blank cells. Crucial ito especially if you have mixed data types. Next is the STD-dev or standard deviation sample. Standard deviation measures how spread out your data is, and it assumes that your data is a sample from a larger population, and the calculation reflects that. Next is the STD-dev or standard deviation population. This is similar to STD-dev, but it assumes that your data represents among the entire population, not just a sample. You can use this only if you have data for the entire population you're interested in. Next is the VAR or variance sample. Variance is the square of the standard deviation. It's another measure of data spread, and like STD-dev, it assumes that your data is a sample. Next is the VAR or variance population. Same as VAR, but assumes that your data represents among the whole population. Next is using a different summary calculation. When we analyze business data, madalas we start by summarizing yung information as a whole. Think about things like yung total number of units, the total number of orders received, or the average profit margin. This gives us ng general overview. And pwede tayo gumamit ng pivot table to do this neatly, summarizing data from a specific period. Let's say 2 years worth of invoice data assumed in figure 14.10. This pivot table might group the data by year 2006 and 2007 and show the total invoices for each customer. However, summarizing isn't the whole story. It's equally important to compare different parts of the data. Going back to our example, comparing each customer's invoice totals from 2007 to their 2006 totals would provide valuable insights into customer growth or decline. This is where pivot table difference calculations come in handy. In Excel, we can use two main types. First is yung difference from. This calculation simply subtracts one numeric value from another, giving us the raw difference. Second is the percent or percentage difference from. This is more insightful, calculating the percentage change between two values. This helps us understand the relative change rather than just the absolute difference. To use either calculation, we need to specify two things. First is the base field. This is the field in our pivot table that contains the categories we want to compare, like year or customer in example. Second is the base item. This is the specific item within the base field that we're using as our reference point of our comparison. In our example, if we're comparing 2007 to 2006, 2006 would be the base item. By using these difference calculations within a pivot table, we can move beyond simple summaries and gain a much deeper understanding of trends and changes in our business data. This allows for more effective analysis and informed decision making. So here are the steps to follow para ma-set up yung difference calculation. So, punta tayo ng Excel. First step, select any cell and then click the value field settings. And then you can see the sum, the count yung 11 na sinabi ko kanina. Na akong diniscuss. And then we're going to use the sum. And then pinutin yung show value as. And then sa show value as, we're going to choose the difference from. Nandiyan din yung percent difference from, but we're going to use the difference from. And ikaw na din bahala kung ano magiging base field and magiging base item. And then, click natin yung OK and it will give us the difference calculation. Next is using percentage summary calculation. Sometimes, simply looking sa raw numbers in a pivot table is hindi enough para makapag-draw tayo ng meaningful conclusions, especially when comparing different categories. Let's see a pivot table which is yung nasa figure 14.12 showing total invoices processed by different sales representatives broken down by quarter. Suppose Margaret Pickup processed $64,429 in the fourth quarter, while Robert King processed only $16,951. While Margaret's number is significantly larger, we can automatically conclude na she's 4 times better. Their sales, territories, or customer bases might be vastly different. Excel provides several ways to work with percentages and pivot tables. First is yung percent off. This lets you calculate the percentage of each value relative to a selected base item. You choose a base field and a base item, and Excel calculates percentages relative to that base. Second is yung percent of a row. This calculates the percentage each value in a row contributes to the row's grand total. This is useful for seeing the relative contribution of each item within a specific category. Percent of column, similar to percent of row, but it calculates percentages relative to the column's grand total. Percent of total, this gives the percentage each value in the entire pivot table contributes to the overall grand total. This provides a big picture view of the relative importance of each data point. By using these percentage calculations, we can transform raw data into a more meaningful and comparable information, leading to a more accurate and insightful analysis. Instead of just seeing differences in absolute numbers, we can understand the relative proportions and contributions of various factors, leading to a better business decisions. So here are the steps to follow. So yung first step, ganun ulit. Tap lang tayo ng any cell and then click yung value field settings. And then, ayun, gamitin ulit natin yung pinaka-common which is yung sum. And then click natin yung show value as. And andun yung show value as, andun yung, yung percent of row, percent of column, or percent of total. So, ayun, yung gamitin natin is yung percent of row total. Click lang natin and then click OK. And then yung nag-percentage na siya. Try natin ng iba. Then value field settings, show value as, and then yun is yung percent of column total. Then click OK, ayun, nag-check percentage. So, ganun lang po siya. You just need to follow yung steps.
So today, I will be discussing the use of a running total calculation. When you set up a budget, it's common to have sales target not only for each month, but also cumulative target as the fiscal year progresses. For example, you might have sales target for the first month and the second month, but also for the 2-month total. You'd also have cumulative target for 3 months and 4 months and so on. Cumulative sums such as these are known as running totals, and they can be a valuable analysis tool. So yung sales target natin, ito yung halaga ng pera na gusto mong makuha sa iyong business sa bawat buwan. And yung cumulative target naman, ito yung kabuang halaga ng sales target mo kapag pinagsama mo yung mga sales target mo sa bawat buwan. Kapag pinagsama-sama mo yung mga cumulative target mo, yung tawag doon ay running totals. And yung running totals, ito yung analysis tool and ito yung nagpapakita ng mga naging progress mo sa bawat sales target mo sa bawat buwan. And ito yung steps to follow to set a running total calculation. First one is select any cell inside the data field. Choose options field setting to display the value field setting dialog box. In the summarize value field by list, click the summary calculation you want to use. Click the show values as top. In the show values as list, click running total in. Use the base field list to click the field you want to use as the base field. Click OK. So try na natin siya sa Excel. So, ito yung data na ginawa ko. Try natin yung click natin yung value field settings. And show values as. And hanapin natin yung running total in. And kung nakikita nyo, yung sum of quantity natin from January to December ay nag-increase kasi pinagsama na natin yung sales target natin from January to December. And ganun din yung example dito sa figure 14.14. Yung sum of quantity din niya ng January to December tumataas kasi pinagsama na nga yung sales target from January to December. So the next one is using an index summary calculation. Pivot tables are great for reducing large amount of relatively incomprehensible data into a compact, more easily grasped summary report, as you have seen in the past few sections. However, a standard summary calculation does not always provide you with the best analysis of the data. So why do we need use the index in the pivot table? Pivot tables are excellent for summarizing a large data and to easily understand the report. So meaning, if we use the index in the pivot table, we can easily understand what happening on data or what happening in the pivot table. So ito yung first part ng pivot table natin. Meron tayong elements, copy holder, leaf filter, mousepad, printer stand, and we have types of advertisement, direct mail, magazine, and newspaper. And dito sa first part ng pivot table natin is hindi pa dito na-apply yung index n. So punta tayo sa second part ng pivot table. So ito yung mga instruction to get the index calculation. So open natin Excel. And as you can see, yung data dun sa PDF, ginaya ko lang din dito. And dito is sundan lang natin yung mga steps. First one is select any cell inside the data field. And choose options field setting to display the value field settings. Right click lang natin. And click natin yung value field settings. In the summarize value field by list, click the summary calculation you want to use. And in this case, gagamitin natin yung sum. And click the show values as tab. In the show values as list, click index n. Let's find the index n. Ito. And use the base field list. Click to click the field you want to use and click OK. And that's how you get the values of the index in the pivot table. And kung nakikita nyo rin dito sa figure 14.16, similar lang yung data dito. And that's it po. That's how you get the index calculation in the pivot table.
I am CD Armayano, and I'll be reporting the creating custom pivot table calculations, which consists of two features, the calculated field and then the calculated item. So I prepared Excel ko. Prepare na po ako ng Excel ko for the example for today. So here are the steps na para maka-create po tayo ng calculated field or calculated item. So step 1 is create a new Excel file. Step 2 is enter sample data. Step 3 is format the data. And step 4, create a pivot table. And then step 5, set up the pivot table. And step 6 is add calculated field or calculated item. So mag-i-start po tayo sa step 3 kasi meron na po ako ditong sample data. So, sa step 3 po, format the data. Ang ginagawa po natin dito is gagawin po natin table yung ating sample data. So, para maging table po siya, gagawin po natin Control-T. And then enter. And then, after that is, mag-create na tayo ng pivot table. So, punta po tayo sa insert. And then, select the table 1, and then view worksheet. And ilalagay natin yung sales rep sa rows. And then yung product category sa rows. And then extended price values. So, ang next step natin is add a calculated field. So, meron dito na sa calculated field, kakompute natin yung bonus if ng sales na above 50,000 and yung bonus is 5%. So, pwede tayo sa pivot table, tapos tayo sa pivot table, analyze, and then click the field, calculated field, and i-name natin siya na bonus. Yes. Bonus. And then, yung formula is if extended price is higher, insert field, if higher equals than 50,000, comma, extended price, insert field, times 0.05, comma, 0, close and open parenthesis. Okay. So, ayan po yung total ng bonus na above 50,000. And then, for the calculated item naman po, is, sabi niyo dito sa calculated item is complete the total sales for beverages and condiments. So, punta po tayo ulit sa pivot table analyze, field, sa calculated items, product category, and then so is total sales for beverages and condiments. And for the formula is category beverages, insert item, plus condiments. And that's it. Okay. So, meron na po tayong total sales for beverages and condiments. And then the next topic will be the budgeting with calculated items to be reported by the next reporter.
So good morning everyone, I'm Cedric Sinabiam. I'm here to tackle the topic about budgeting with calculated items. If you are working on next year budget, you might be working under the assumption that you want to see sales increase, let's say by 5% overall. A slightly more sophisticated approach is to break down the sales into categories and apply a different percentage increase for each category. If one category is relatively new, for example, you might forecast more aggressive growth, whereas an older, more established category might merit a more conservative number. If you have a pivot table showing the current year sales and the report is broken down by the categories you want to work with, these kinds of budget forecasts are easily handled by calculated items. That is, for each category, you create a calculated item with a formula that multiplies the category by whatever percentage increase you want to use. So, meron tayo dito, no? Binigay sa PPT. So, The first order of business to create the calculated items for category field as outlined in the previous section. Here are the formulas na ginamit. So, for example, since the beverage budget is equals to beverage times 1.6. So, nilagay sa may Excel. So, for example, nakopit na ito kanina. So, paano ko nga ba nakuha yung 173,781 pesos? So, ang ginawa ko lang dyan is we have, for example, you have the equal sign. Click lang po natin sa beverage and then times pa natin dun sa given na percentage is 1.06. So, we will get the total of 173,780.64. And after nun, next is yung condiments. Same formulas lang din po. So, we have the equal sign and then click the condiments then multiply by the percentage given po. So, we have the 1.05. And we have the total of 53,211.90 pesos. So, same lang po yung ginawa ko po dito sa may mga budget po na binultiply ko lang po siya sa mga given na percentage. So, after pa natin makuha yun sa mga total po na sa may mga budget po nila. Next is we have the to make this report easier to read, we should organize the row field into two groups. Kailangan daw po natin i-organize or mahati into two groups. And yung one group for the regular category items and another group naman is for the calculated budget items. So, ang gagawin lang po is we select the regular category items. So, gagawin ko lang sa may Excel is yun para alam niyo naman po siguro kung paano po kunin sa may pivot table. Copy lang po natin yan. So, you have insert and pivot table. And then dito sa may existing worksheet po natin is mag-ano lang po tayo kung saan po natin gusto. Yan, lagyan na lang po natin dito. Tapos okay lang po. And then, sabi dun sa may first step is lagyan lang po natin sa may categories, sa may rows, and sum of extended price sa may values. So, after po yan, nandito na po tayo sa may second step. Choose options or group selection. Excel adds the group name, group 1. Click the group 1 cell and rename it to the current year. Ay, na po yung ginawa ko kanina. So, tuturuan ko po kayo kung paano po siya i-group. And, press lang po natin yung sa may control. Press lang po natin yung sa may control and then click lang po natin kung ano po yung isasama po natin sa may group 1 or yan. So, control lang, click lang po natin yung control and select lang po natin yung sa beverage, condiments, confections, dairy products, grains and cereals, meat and poultry, produce and seafood. So, ayun na po yung group 1 po natin or yung tinatawag po nilang regular category items. So, nagawa ko na po yan dito sa mga. Ayan. Ayan po yung sa may current year po natin. So, next is yung isang group naman na tinawag for the calculated budget items for the next year. Ito po yan. So, after po natin select the budget items and choose options, group selection, Excel adds group and name to. Tapos na po natin. Ayan po yung year, ayan po yung next year. And then take the group to cells and rename it to the next year. Tapos after nun, pwede na po natin siya ma-compute for the sum of extended price for the current year. So, gagawin lang po natin is the equal sign and then look for the sum and then drag lang po siya natin dito. Sa beverage to seafood. So, yan, open and close parenthesis and then enter. Ayan na po yung sum of extended price po natin for the current year. And to complete for the next year, so the same formula is the equal sign, sum, and then drag lang po natin siya pababa. Open and close parenthesis, and then na po yung sum of extended price po natin for the next year. And then check lang po natin if tama po yung grand total na nalagay po natin dito. So, here the equal sign, and then sum, Cut lang po natin silang dalawa. And then 648,708 pesos plus 691,347. And same na po siya dun sa may grand total po natin na 1,340,055 pesos. Yan lang po. Thank you po.
Pivot table is a powerful tool to calculate, summarize, and analyze data that lets you comparison patterns and trend in your data. Pivot table works a little bit differently depending on what platform you are using to run Excel. Like, for example, lagay tayo ng inventory or item na lang para mas tapos sales. Tapos kunwari, nagbebenta tayo ng apples, banana, and mango. Pero yun lang muna yung binebenta natin sa ngayon. So, lagay muna tayo dito ng iba't ibang para tapos sa sales is lalagay natin doon yung mga nabenta natin nung unang araw or yung pagkabenta natin. Yun. Yan, lagay tayong 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 hanggang 90. So, after that is double click natin siya. Then, hanapin natin sa insert yung pivot table. Then, pindutin natin yung existing worksheet. Tapos, pumindot lang tayo ng kahit saang cell dyan. Tapos, okay. Tapos, pindutin natin yung run, item, tapos sales, run. Then, yun na. Tapos, madami pa tayong pwedeng matutunan dyan. Pero, yan lang muna ang ating example na mas madali intindihin. Tapos, yun. Ayusin na lang natin yung mga nyo. Yan lang po. Thanks!